Hello guys, welcome to Tech Talk. My name is Brian and I'm your host, and I can't wait to show you what we're going to be talking about today. So the things we're going to be talking about today are a new camera, PhotoBucket redoing their host site, or their whole service actually, how streaming music is the way to go. Also we'll be talking about the new Samsung Galaxy tablet, and a cool new video game that turns your music collection into a whole battleground. So first we're going to talk about the Pentax K30 DSLR. It's a brand new camera that is fully weather resistant but easy on your wallet. It only costs $8.99, and for a weather resistant camera that is really good. It's the first of its kind to be under $1,000. It has a 16 megapixel camera. It shoots 1080p. The only problem is it really doesn't have a microphone output, nor does it have a HDMI out. So it's really not good for shooting video. Like for instance, I'm using the Canon Rebel T3i to shoot all my videos. I like it because it has a microphone out and an HDMI out port. Also, the camera when you buy for $8.99 does not come with a weather resistant lens. So therefore it really isn't weather resistant until you buy that lens, because the dust can still get in, still get behind the lens and into the actual camera, which can damage the camera. So to buy the weather resistant lens, it'll cost you another couple $100. So overall I really do not like this camera just because it's about the same as a Canon Rebel T3i. It may be weather resistant, but it doesn't come with that lens. It has only a 16 megapixel camera compared to mine, the Canon, the T3i, which has a 18 megapixel camera. Also, it doesn't have a microphone out or an HDMI out port, so therefore it really isn't good for shooting video. So next we're going to talk about Symphony the video game. Symphony is a new game that basically takes every single song in your music collection and turns it into a battleground, a first-person battleground. What happens is enemies appear on the beat of, on every beat, and you have to shoot them. And the better you do, the more stuff you collect, the better you level up, and the more weapons you get. Sometimes your weapons are actually music driven, other times they are not, but it's still cool because you level up as you go on, and each song you have is a different level. It's a unique level. And even though there is no single player, or there's no multiplayer mode, it has a leaderboard for every song, so you can see how well you do compared to others. Another cool thing is it's not very expensive. It only costs $10, $9.99 to be exact, and you can buy it off the EA's Origin website. So who here remembers PhotoBucket, or MySpace for that matter? But PhotoBucket, which is a site that holds all your pictures that we used to use before Facebook came around, is revamping their service, seeing as how they've lost a lot of traffic since 2007 when they were at their height. This used to be probably about the 5th. It was the 5th most visited site in the world. Right now it's ranked 130th. What they're doing basically is they are changing the price. They're making it basically a cloud storage for all your photos, and it's really cool because they give you 2 gigs completely free for just to start off with, completely free, compared to SmugMug, which starts at $40 a year. Also for $29.99 every year, you get to have 20 gigs. And the other cool thing they do is they revamped it so now you can do what's called tell a story, where you can put photos in with captions. You can caption them. So that's really cool. It's a little bit cheaper than SmugMug, and it does the exact same thing, and they're trying to get their view or their retention back since losing it in 2007. And I think this is a cool new site or new service because it's basically better cloud storage for your video or for your photos compared to SmugMug, which I've barely used in my life because I don't want to pay that kind of price. So if you really want to see it, I would suggest you go look at PhotoBucket's site. They are rolling it out starting in September as a beta just to see, but it is pretty cool and it is a lot cheaper than SmugMug. And it still allows you to upload to Facebook and all over the web and all over all your technology. So now let's talk about music streaming. This year is going to be the first year that out of the $6.3 billion made from in the music industry, that 3.4 of that will come from digital downloads. Now, this will be the first year that the amount of digital downloads, the revenue from that, has surpassed the amount of revenue from CDs, which I thought, years ago would have happened. But no, apparently this is the first year. But now what's coming out is music streaming, and it's basically like, think of Netflix, where Netflix you pay $10 a month to get the unlimited movies, TV shows, as much as you want, just stream to your device. The same is going for music. For instance, Spotify. Spotify allows you to pay $5–10 a year, and you get unlimited access to basically a jukebox full of music. And more people are starting to go this way. Amazon, Apple, Google, all are going this way. So that way you don't have to pay per song, or you don't have to pay for anything. You just have to buy a subscription, and voila, you have unlimited access to music all around. Now this is good for us because it actually does make it cheaper depending on how much you listen to music. Like for me who listens to a lot of music, it would be a lot cheaper for me. For someone who doesn't, it really wouldn't be worth it because you're still paying 10 bucks a month. But it's just think of like the Netflix module. It's really cool. I like it. I think that this is going to be the way to go. Definitely, because it's kind of, you know, instead of having to sync your computer or sync, or even with iTunes and iTunes Match, without having to do any of that, it's just there for you to use. The only downfall of this is sometimes you're in a place where you can't use your 3G or you have no Wi-Fi, and it's really bad. But, you know, it's actually looking like it's getting around to it. Because who doesn't have Wi-Fi nowadays? Really? So, now we're going to talk about the Samsung Galaxy Note. Now what this is it's also just released today. It's a tablet that rivals the iPad. It was just released today being August 16th. It has, I don't think it rivals it actually, honestly I think it's worse. Because here's what it has. It has a 5 megapixel camera on the front with LED flash, which is nice. It can use 3G and Wi-Fi. It comes in all standard sizes, you know, 16, 32, 64 gigabyte memory storage. It has a 10-inch screen, which I like because 10 inches is big, you know, a big screen size for me. It has a 1.4 gigahertz quad-core processor, which is faster than the iPads. But here's what it doesn't have. First off, it costs $500. And one thing I don't like about it is it emphasizes the use of styluses. I do not like stylus. I do not like little pens. I like using my hands to touch and feel around. I like, no homo. I like the feel of that. I like, you know, being able to use my hand instead of a freaking pen. Because if I lose the pen, I have to go buy another one. I don't really have to worry about losing my fingers. I have 10 of them. Just, you know. No offense to anybody who doesn't have 10. But I don't think it's a rival, even though they say it is. It's $500 compared to the iPad's $350 for an iPad 2 or $499 for an iPad 3, which uses 4G, which the Samsung Galaxy tablet cannot. It uses 3G. So I do not think it. Also, it does run on Android, so expect crashes, bugs, and all that happy stuff. I hate that. That's the reason I'm not a very big Android fan, is because I think they did a very crappy job creating it. But that's my opinion. But overall, I really think that this is a step down from the iPad with the same price tag. So now the last and final thing I want to talk about is iOS 6. I have been using iOS 6 because I'm an Apple developer since it came out in June. And here's what I think of it. One, I like the fact that I can use Siri since I have an iPhone 4S. I can use Siri to post a Facebook status or tweet. Also, they are right in the notification bar. And the next thing I want to talk about is Apple Maps, basically the new Maps. Because as of iOS 6, they will be stepping away from Google Maps. And honestly, I think they did a much better job with regular Maps, their new one. Because here's the thing. With Google Maps, you can constantly get lost. It stops tracking you pretty frequent. And it also, the cool thing with Apple Maps is that when I turn the phone, it still keeps in the same directions. If I turn the iOS 5, it doesn't. And as I turn the car, so if I take a right turn, it doesn't just show a little dot going this way. It shows the way my car is going, in an arrow, and then it shows it turning, and then it turns the map. So that's really cool to me. Also, I can get directions much easier. It's a lot faster. Another thing they are doing is they're getting away from YouTube. Honestly, this is not Apple's fault. It's because Google has decided to not renew the contract to allow Apple to recreate that app. So now Google will be making one for the App Store. And the whole reason is that you gotta remember Apple and Google are fighting on basically the same battleground with Android versus iPhone. And I really don't like the fact that they did this. I don't like how Eric Schmidt did this, how Google went out with doing this, even though I am a partner with Google. Love you. Don't fire me, please. But I don't like it because really they kind of just threw out a shitty invention that they should have practiced with more time and put more effort into instead of doing what they did. But that's all I really wanted to talk about today. Thank you for watching this. If you have any questions or comments, leave it a comment in this comment section below. Also, all the links to everything I've talked about are in the description box below. And if you please, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to see more or get notified every time that I post a video like this. And also give this video a thumbs up if you like what I said, or if you don't, you know, just be honest with me. I want to hear you guys' opinion. Thank you so much. Also, I have to tell you that now we are on a schedule. Every Thursday I will be posting a Tech Talk, and every Monday I will be posting a vlog. Or Tuesday. My mistake. So thank you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you next week. See ya!